Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with my Beauty A to Z project pan. Now, I actually wound up with 4 empties this time, which kind of surprised me. There were 2 that I was really expecting, one that didn't surprise me too much, but a little bit, and one that completely caught me off guard. So, the 2 that I were expecting were the Bolero Hydrating Facial Mist in Watermelon and Aloe. I was like down to here last time, and this took me a little longer than I expected, honestly. Like, I thought it would be gone pretty quickly. There's, you know, yeah, like there's a tiny bit in the bottom, but it will not spray out no matter what I do. Like, not spray out properly, but this is now done. The other one I was expecting, my Chihuahua kind of finished for me. If you follow my Instagram, you'd already know this, but my Chihuahua ate the remnants of my chapstick. Oh. This was for the letter H that I actually rolled in. This is for the letter L for a lip smacker Coca-Cola cherry, you know, chapstick. I didn't have much left. Here was the paper progress. And I had finished most of what was left last month, but it disappeared one day, and I'm like, one of those little boogers stole my chapstick, and eventually I did find it in the dog bed. So that's now done. I'm honestly thinking about getting a pair of pliers and like gluing this together so at least it doesn't look hideous for like my makeup empties for the end of the year, because that looks whack. For V, I actually managed to finish this. This is the Victoria Land Beauty Skin Loving Treatment for eyes and lips. I mainly used this as an eye cream, and last time it was here and I wasn't entirely sure if I could finish it by the end of the year, so I started using it for a secondary purpose for eyes and lips. I had also been starting to put it into my smile lines right here. Not that I care about them, but in an effort to just kind of like get this used up. And that used it up really quickly. Like, I was basically using an extra usage a day. Like, for what I would use under my eyes, I would use about the same amount around my mouth. So, for whatever reason, that tore through this. And the one that completely caught me off guard was the Knours Skin Hydrating Gel Cream. This was my moisturizer for the last couple of months. I really enjoyed this, and I'm kind of bummed. Now, it stopped pumping, and I was like, okay, well, let me try to scrape it out. And I got about 2 days worth before this happened. Yeah, the straw that's supposed to be on this broke off in here. So I decided that was a sign from the beauty gods to let it go. There's probably a few more uses in here, but I'm afraid that it's going to explode if I try to scrape it out or something, because it doesn't seem to want to be scraped out. So it's fine. I've been using it for 4 months now. I got the money's worth for this. Last time it weighed 73.9 grams. Now it weighs 59.3. So I got, it is 50 milliliters. I got, I don't know, about 35 out of it, which seems kind of wrong, but I did use this before I threw it in. Like, I got this in a Nipsey bag, and to get your points, you got to review stuff, so I know I used this a little bit as well, so. Like I said, I know there's some more down in here, but it doesn't seem to want to be scraped out, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Now, as for what I do have left, which really isn't much, for A, I have the Artist Couture Highlighter in Coco Bling. I had transferred it long ago, but I did pour this into a new moisturizer, some of it. As I have a little mini that I'm starting to use for my, 50 Shades of Purple. So this is what I have left in here. Not a ton. More than I could use by the end of the year on my face, though, that's for sure. So once I finish up the 2 moisturizers that I'm working on now, the big one at least will definitely be done by the end of this month. I'm going to pour the rest in a different moisturizer because I have learned to never, ever, 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 ever pan a loose highlighter again, because they don't show progress at all, ever. And I do have one full-size one that I like and I'm happy to use, but I'll never pan it. It'll just live with me. It'll just get buried with me when I die. Anyways, its weight went from 16.6 grams to 16.0, which is the biggest jump it has ever happened. And that was I'm telling you guys, the actual packaging to that is like this big. It's literally the size of a quarter. And you'll have that damn thing for the rest of your life. I have been working on other highlighters this year, but I still thought that would have shown more progress, but nope. Whatever. See, next for D, I got the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape Stay Spray Setting Spray. Longest name on the planet. I went from here to here. I do think I could finish this by the end of the year, but I will probably be cutting it close unless some miracle happens. You never know. But I do think I can finish this by the end of the year, and that's what's important. Next for F, I brought this just out just to say I haven't used it. I'm probably not going to use it until by the end of the year because there are other lip products that I'm working on that are older than this that I'm trying to move out or that I think I can actually finish. But it's the Lipstick Queen lipstick in frog print. It still looks kind of jacked up because these things melt and move around. This is actually going to roll into this project for next year, and I'm going to work on it then. And it's probably going to be the only lip product that I roll into this for next year unless I get that stuck on trying to find something to put in. But we're not finishing that this year, and I have come to accept it. Next for N is the Neutrogena Shine Control Primer, and I don't care if I have to start wearing this every day, even when I don't wear makeup, which I usually reserve for illuminating or hydrating primers if I'm going to do that, but I'm going to get this done by the end of the year because I don't want it anymore. I don't mind wearing it. It works fine. This is my last non-cruelty-free primer, and I really want it gone. And by that I mean I want to use it up. So I might just start wearing this every day once I finish the Touch and Soul primer that I'm currently using for that. But I did make a hair of progress this month. I'm not quite at the halfway point, which is why it's like, you know what, if I gotta wear this every day for the next 2 months, I'm gonna do it. Because you are being in my makeup empties for 2021, whether you like it or not. And finally, before we get into the 2 products I still have that I rolled in, I have the, for W, the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Longwear Liquid Foundation. I made a big jump on this, which leaves me feeling better that I can finish it by the end of the year. We went from here to here. Let me pull it in for you so you can see it better. That's some nice progress right there. When I wear a foundation, I do wear like a decent amount of it because I actually usually bring it down to about right here. Depending, because some of my tops are low, some of my tops like this are not, or not as low. So, but my face, my neck, and my chest are all different colors. So just trying to make it as even as possible. It still doesn't usually work, but I do try. So if it only went up to here, like to where you can see it, I think I could actually finish this month. But from seeing other people pan it, I know it goes a little bit above that. So I don't want to say I can have this finished by the next update. But if I wear makeup more this month than I did last month, which shouldn't be hard, I got a freaking eye infection at one point in October and couldn't wear makeup for like a week. That definitely threw off my makeup wearing ability a little bit. I just got back to wearing makeup for Halloween. Let me put it that way, because if you guys have been watching, I did a couple of videos with the camera facing down in just my hands because it's like, you know what? If I don't film these like this, they're not getting filmed until like the beginning of the month. So that's pretty much how it was. The Halloween was the first day I could wear makeup in like a week. Anyways, yeah, so we have that. It's getting close to being done. I think it'll be done probably the first week of December at the rate I'm going. Now for the 2 products of the remaining 2 products of the 5 that I rolled in, this is the Milani Aqua Bloom Hydrate Replenish Toner. I rolled a Q and God help me. So last time we were here. Now we are down to here. I don't know how well you could see that because putting nail polish on over my marks turned them from silver to dark. So hopefully the light catches the nail polish at least and you can see that. So now that I'm starting a roll on this, I think I can finish it by the end of the year, especially since my, what's it called? The Elemis pads that I'm using for a different project pan, they're almost done, and they're what I use at night. I've only been using this during the day. But once I get that done, I'll be using this day and night, and then it'll be gone in a jiff. Now, because I've been working on that Touch and Soul primer for the same project pan actually as that, I haven't been using this for that similar purpose. It's the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I rolled this in for J. And especially if I end up using this as a daily non-makeup primer to make my skin look a little better, I'm probably not going to use this again by the end of the year. I apparently used it once because its weight went from 39.9 to 39.2 grams. But I don't think I'm really going to get to this again this year. So this is actually going to roll into next year's project pan as well. I know I'm primarily working on minis and stuff for makeup, but I do kind of want to knock this out because while I like the smell of it, it's kind of sticky and I don't love it, but I can wear it and it's fine. But it's just not something I necessarily want to keep around in my collection. So I'd rather get it out sooner than later. Plus, it's an easy one for J. And J is what, despite my name being awesome and starting with a J, well, my real name, not Lena. Lena is my internet handle from since the age of about 12 when I was, well, I'm old enough to where you didn't give your name out on the internet. Like that's what we were taught back in the late 90s. So I came up with Lena. My real name is Jessica. I don't mind people knowing that now. But yeah, I still use the handle because, you know, habit. Anyways, it's hard to find products with the letter J starting them. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm babbling. So next month, I think the highlighter will be done. And I think most everything else that I think I can get out this month will be on its last legs. So I'll be pretty happy overall. 2 products out of 31, technically, I can live with. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you later. Bye!